Oh, hey, my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful friends. It is your Empress Enchantress. And today, guys, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the four signs of you being stalked, okay? So, I want to start by saying this is just from my own personal experience. And everyone, to a degree, is going to experience something like this in a lifetime just because of today's age, okay? We live in a world, as you guys know, that it's very easy to access people. Okay, and when I say by access people, you can find them where they live online, most likely. You can also find out where they work a lot of times through either the social media profiles. You can find out who they are seeing and dating, what kind of clothes they're wearing if they're posting it, and gain their energy and gain everything from them because people are very open and free at this point in their life, and we're kind of pushed to do this and be visible um, because this is what the world we live in is now, right? The age of social media is very beautiful, but also extremely dangerous, okay? And this is where I also want to just put a little side rail. This is what's really causing a lot of mental health issues in the world because we are really getting into the point of thinking that social media is a really real thing. And sometimes social media is really just social media, right? It's just to put something out there, even though that's not what's really they're about or they're really doing. And people have their identities, right? They have their its. And what we are on the surface level is not always what we are inside. But this is a way we keep ourselves protected, one. And this is also a way, two guys, to attract what we need. So this is a survival tool that we do. So that's why I, as a person, try to be as vulnerable as possible and also as visible as possible in my vulnerability. So that way I'm giving my real self, not just giving a persona or a id, okay? So the first one, and I have my co-creation pen here. My beautiful, beautiful friend, Christina, has these beautiful co-creation pen. And of course, it's of the sign for Leo, because you know, I'm a big Leo. I'm a big, abundant Leo chick. Oh, I'm drinking this really yummy cappuccino. First off, is the first sign is that a stalker, right, is gonna know about your whereabouts. Okay, they're gonna know where you hang out at. They're gonna know where you work. They're gonna know where they could possibly pop up at. If that is at the dog park, right? If that is where you go and take your hikes at every day. If that's where you go to church at, they're going to know where you're going to be at. And they're most likely going to know kind of a schedule that you're on too. Now, this is going back into visibility. How they're going to find this out is one, they're either going to find you outside doing this and follow you, right? Literally follow you, or they're going to follow you on social media and see what you're doing. So again, if you see on your stories at certain times, if you work at a certain place, if you hang out and get coffee at a certain place, right? They're going to know where you're at. And they're mostly going to go to those places and try to get either memberships or join them because guess what? They want some of your energy, all right? And I'm going to go into a little bit why they stalk you. If you like this video, by the way, guys, comment below. Tell me how you feel about this. Tell me your experience, too, on this, too. And I may tell you guys in the later future about my experience with my stalker, right? And also, too, while you're at it, just like, subscribe. Because, you know, I love you guys. The second big sign, okay, my friends, is that they're going to try to come closer to you, okay? In my experience, right, what happened was when my stalker found out where I lived, she actually moved a few blocks from my house, okay? This is very common. Like, this is very common. And I want to make this very clear to know, this could be a conscious decision or a subconscious decision, right? Where they subconsciously knew where your whereabouts anyways, and they just so happily picked up where you're at because they're so deeply rooted in some kind of stalking obsession or behavior that they will show up. So they'll try to come closer to you. And again, they will show up, right? At places that they know you're going to be at. If they're going to come close to your friends, if they're going to try to be friends with your friends, right? If they're going to show up to maybe the places that you go out to eat at, or if they're going to come maybe join your gym, or if it's just going to be something that they're going to keep kind of trying to come closer and closer and closer to you. And they're going to even maybe start test driving the car that you drive, right? It could be that. It could be really just like that. Because, again, this is their behavior. And, again, there's an underlying problem or issue in them that they have to have you or feed off of your energy, right? The third one is copying. Their third sign is that someone is stalking you. They're going to start to copy you, okay? Now, this could look very subtle, or this could be a huge, one thing you post, they're going to be posting it, right? So let's just say you went to Bermuda for your birthday this year. They may 100% go to Bermuda for their birthday that year also. And it's pretty obvious that they copied you. Now, there's a bunch of places you can go to in this world, right? There is Puerto Rico, there is Costa Rica, there is California, there's Canada, right? But if they are kind of just going to the same things and celebrating the same places, most likely they are your stalker, okay? And again, going back to subtle things, it could be as subtle as they could start copying maybe your interior design to how you dress. Maybe they'll start getting braids, right? Maybe they start posing, right? The way that you pose, right? I got a lot of girls try to pose like me, and I always go like, well, that's cool. I love that I inspire you. But if they're doing it over and over again and wearing the same clothes that you're wearing to as they're posing, they're stalking you. And then the fourth one I want to talk about, which a lot of people don't really see a lot of times in stalkers, most likely if someone has any kind of tendency around stalking, right? They usually have a very bad, poor boundary problem, okay? Because in the mind of somebody who is crossing boundaries, right? Which they are sitting there and they are going out their way to a person, and not only are they energetically invading their space, right? They're also spiritually invading your space. And they're also physically invading your space, right? They don't really, in their mindset and in their mind, know that they are doing such a thing. And usually people who don't see that have a problem with boundaries, okay? They don't know where the line should stop, right? And again, with social media nowadays, it is very easy to find out any information on people. It's very easy to start to really get to people's lives and understand them just by how they post on their stories, just how they type, just the words. They can find you on YouTube, right? Watch your videos, you know? This is something that people who have this behavior in them, and I want to pause and say this could be a personality disorder, guys. A personality disorder is very common with these kind of behaviors, where they just think that it's okay because of their disorders, right? That they are entitled to just take whatever you have and try to make it theirs and try to live in your life, right? It could be dissociation disorder too. There could be some kind of degree of dissociation where they just don't get what they're doing is really, it's really just crossing the line, right? I have the word on the top of my tongue, but as you guys can kind of just get from my message, it's just going too far with it, right? So these are my 4 signs that someone is stalking you. And if you guys want me, to make another video a little bit more in depth about where this behavior comes from, I would love to explore a little bit more. This is also really beautiful for me to heal this wound in me too, because I had to go through something really, really traumatic on my end with somebody who kept doing certain behaviors to me, right? And this was really healing for me and also help other people too. And by the way, guys, I want to also put this disclaimer too. If anytime you feel really threatened for your own safety, you really do need to reach out to somebody who can really help you with that. If that's the local authorities, if that is family, if that is really just trying to see if they can get help for themselves too. Because in the day, this is all about trying to make
everyone else helpful and better as people. And guys, I love you so much. If you guys would like to book a reading with me, you can go to readingsreiki.com, or you guys can just email me at the email below. I love you guys. Bye.